Hey everybody, it's time for Off the Ledge. It's December 1st. Can you believe it? So cliche to say that, but honestly, I think this is the fastest year, the fastest feeling year, hands down, of my entire life. Absolutely. Maybe you feel the same. It's been the fastest year of my entire existence. So we're in the thick of it, of course. I meant to do a PNN last night, but I just didn't have any energy left. Sometimes that happens, but I'll definitely do one today. And last night I watched the opening of the Great Egyptian Museum right at the pyramids of Giza. And I've talked about this before, and I can't believe that we are like all unaware of it. And so check that out if you can. I wasn't really like too jazzed up on the music, but I don't know what they were going for there. But there were people from all around the world. There were dignitaries. I believe it was held on November 1st, the grand opening of the Great Egyptian Museum. The biggest, appropriately named because it's the biggest museum in the world. Just phenomenal. Maybe they spent $1 billion on the opening. They took over 20 years working 24/7. People from all over the world working on that museum. It's finally completed. But anyway, my point that I want to make about that is I got a really strong sense of what it's like to be isolated. You know, it's not going to stay this way forever, but just like to watch the important people arrive at the event. And I actually had this like imagining like Donald Trump getting out of a limo, and he wasn't there, clearly, obviously he wasn't there, but probably wasn't invited. Compared to these dignitaries are all dressed and coiffed and taking a photograph. I'm flabbergasted to think that ugly, slimy, stinky man, who I'm going to start calling not the president. I've never really called him the president, even the first time around. I'm going to call him the criminal in the White House. I mean, he doesn't represent us. He doesn't represent any of us. I can't even think of people that horrible. And I've been trying, but I never have met anybody so crass and so insulting and so filled with self-hatred. I'll just say that. Such a whiny crybaby. Anyway, but you're here to be lifted off the ledge, to be talked off the ledge. So we're gonna dive into Ernest Holmes, whose likeness I put somewhere where things just disappear in my apartment all the time. I feel like I'm not the only one here. But anyway, Ernest is with us, and we're on our way back up. Don't think that we're not. We're on our way back up. Because this is just not sustainable. What they're doing is not sustainable. And there are signs of the whole thing cracking. And there are signs of justice coming. And the other night, the last PNN I did, I believe it was, the justice card came up for Dumpy and it came up for Keg's Breath. And I'll get more into some other characters later today. The theme for December in this 365 Science of Mind is light. So we've been doing this, I don't remember when I started this. I don't think it was in January when I decided to do this daily. It might have been. It was close to January. So we've gone through the whole thing. So the theme for December is light, and let me give you a couple lines by Ernest. A new light is coming into the world. We are on the borderline of a new experience. The veil between spirit and matter is very thin. I'm really impressed by Ernest saying that, because that's like something I would say. And I do say. The veil between the worlds right now is very thin. Not as much as Halloween time, but very, very close. December 1st, we are resolved to see the good in every one and in every event. For what fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness, and what communion hath light with darkness? So they're not, they're not like each other. Light can have no union with darkness. Evil has no affinity with good. If good is a great reality, capital R, while evil is a great negation or denial of reality, then it follows that we should see the good in everything and recognize the apparent evil merely as a theoretical opposite of good. There is no God, there is not God in something else. The divine spirit inhabits eternity, overshadows everything, including human events, dwells within our own soul, and is released through our own act, the divine spirit. To see good as evil is to becloud our vision, to obstruct the pathway of our progress, and to cast a shadow across the sun of righteousness. I just want to mention here that the evil that we have in our regime here is what they do constantly, what Dumpy does constantly, is points to good and has a problem with it. So, the spiritual sun, S-U-N, was the guiding star that led the Magi of old to the place where the little child lay. That is, to the place of good in our soul, to the presence of God at the center of every person's being. The humility of the manger is the commonplace in every person's life. It is here in the commonplace, so we must find the good, and finding it here, we shall also discover that the larger issues of our experience are overshadowed by this same good that we have discovered in the commonplace. We are resolved today to see the good in everyone and in every event. We will call upon the good and will refuse to accept that anything other than the good can come into our experience. In this way, we will be praying to the good through meditating upon it. It's a long one, but it's a good one. So, this line is really sticking with me. To see good as evil is to becloud our vision. Basically, what he's saying there, if we put it in the context of what we've been living through, where all these MAGAs have been looking at what is good and calling it evil, right? The latest example, Mark Kelly, just calling on the military to not obey unlawful orders, to disobey unlawful orders. And, Dumpy pointing to him and saying he needs to be, executed. Yeah, that's looking at good and calling it evil. And beclouding is Ernest uses this word, becloud, which I never heard, but it's like fogging our vision. That's called gaslighting in my mind. All right, it's going to be a very eventful month, so get ready for that. I'll be doing more videos this month that have to do with the energy transitions that are happening. So I'm going to sort of incorporate that into my PNNs. I'm also in the process of starting a channel separate from this one. I'll still be on this one, but I have a new channel that I'm going to set up this week, and it's going to be called The Psychic Show. I've already bought the domain name. It's been purchased for a while now. So I'll keep you posted about when that's all going to get up and running. It's not going to be a political channel. It's going to be strictly about psychic subjects. Let's listen to Kathy Beale. I asked Kathy if we could do a show in the near future, and I'll keep you posted about that too. Here we go. New month.
This is Kathy Beale of EmpowermentUnlimited.net with Astro Insight for December 1st, 2025. Where did all this energy come from? Tackle Monday like a demon because, boy, are you fueled. A little bit of coffee is going to go a long way. The skies are giving us all cases and cases of Popeye spinach. Woo-hoo-hoo. Ride it. Enjoy it. Doesn't it feel good? Don't you feel alive? How long has that been? That's all for now.
great astrological forecast for a brand new month. Honestly, really good. I can feel that. I know what she's talking about. I can feel it. All right. To book a reading, please go to psychicannetdion.com. It's actually been a very long time since somebody booked a full reading. So help yourself out by booking a reading. It goes both ways. And if you need any help with life issues, then I'm also a life coach. Okay. Let's choose 3 cards for today. And while I'm thinking of it, we have a winter solstice event. Go to empowermentunlimited.net, Kathy's website, to sign up for our winter solstice Zoom gathering. We're going to conjure up some real magic, since the veil between the worlds is very thin. And this winter solstice energy and the 3-eye Atlas energy is going to be really intense at that time. So do not miss it. Get your tickets at empowermentunlimited.net. I'll put the link in the description. I will. I promise. So we have inner voice. Good time to go inward and listen to our inner voice. It's time for America to show that we are a nation that is not a bunch of bullying child idiots, despite what the rest of the world is seeing. I don't want to be excluded from the rest of the world. I mean, that was my takeaway from watching the opening event of the Great Egyptian Museum. Is like, I want to be with the progressive world, and I just see that, right now we have hints of being left behind. So let's visualize being included again. We used to lead the world. We used to. Through good things. And we did bad things too, but what country doesn't? We are experiencing that when we go to our inner voice, the greater wisdom comes up. Like, we become more mature, more spiritually responsible people. And that's what we're starting to see. All right, it's going to be a sacred month in very many ways. So grab on to all those goals, including saving our country, and have optimism. I always say about Sagittarians, we're ridiculously optimistic, because no matter what, we can always find the silver lining. I'll see you soon. Thumbs up. Please hit the hype button. Share this video if it's helpful to you. I hope that it is. Watch Church of Spirituality from yesterday. Amazing sermon, as always. I'm just channeling. And so are you. See you soon. Namaste.